Good morning. What a great God morning. What a great day to be a soul. To have the soul manifest more and in greater ways today. We need to learn to travel light. We need to be able to walk lightly, be in our astral bodies of light and energy versus our physical bodies. And even better than that, to be in our consciousness. Can't even call it a body, but it is considered the causal body, but it's not a body at all. Not like the energy and light body or the physical body. It's the pure consciousness. So that's where the impact is, my dears, is the consciousness we hold today. That's the big one. People will say, well, it's just your idea, but you never follow up. But Yogananda said, never criticize an idea because that's your causal body. It's all ideas. It's just ideas in the mind of God, and we're trying to tune in with that. So Yogananda says every morning we need to start by singing this song the Shankaracharyas of popes of India sing every morning. And so the tune is no birth, or the words are no birth. Imagine yourselves, everybody, right now. We're going to travel light, and we're going to be soul light all day and all night and all day tomorrow, because we are the light of the soul. And the soul is one with the infinite spirit. The more we feel soul and be soul women and soul men and soul ideas, then all of a sudden we're going to know our soul, and that soul then is going to get to reunite with the infinite spirit. But the lyrics to the song, no birth. Imagine yourself right now, who you are, a soul. No birth, no death, no caste have I. Father, mother have I none. I am he, blessed spirit, I am he. Every morning we need to really, maybe first when we wake up, when we're still in the alpha state, so to speak, to affirm this prayer or sing the song, which I'll sing in a minute. And then the second verse is mind, no way. Mind nor intellect, good news, nor ego, chitta, or feeling or emotion. So no mind am I, no no ego am I, no feeling am I, nor metals am I. I am he. I am he. Blessed Spirit, I am he. When you let go of everything else, when you can just strip yourself down to just soul light, or strip yourself down to the light and energy, then strip yourself down to just pure soul. Okay? Every time we do that, we make the greatest impact. That we are creating the future of really being in the eternal now loving presence. It's the ever-present past, it's the ever-present future, it's the ever-present now. So we just get closer to just being soul. So the song goes like this: no birth, no death, no caste have I. Father, mother, have I none. No birth, no death, no caste have I. Father, mother, have I none. I am he. I am he. Blessed Spirit, I am he. I am he. I am he. Blessed Spirit, I am he. Mind nor intellect nor ego chitta. Sky nor earth nor metals am I. Mind nor intellect nor ego chitta. Sky nor earth nor metals am I. I am he. I am he. Blessed Spirit, I am he. I am he. I am he. Blessed Spirit, I am he. Same thing. One of the key concepts that we need to also remember every day is that we're not those things, and we're not the me, which is only going to concentrate on the physical side of things and the outer distractions of this physical world, duality, dream, delusion, right? We're not any of that. We're not the me, which is just thinking of me and self-centered. We are we. So we are free. We are free. As I am, you are. As you are, I am. Pure cosmic divine soul impact when we remember ourselves as souls, okay? So this next verse that we're going to start with today on page 806, chapter 10, we're almost done. Second volume, God Talks to Arjuna, says this. It's page 806, as I mentioned, verse 37. And I want to just say thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone, for jumping on this Gita Express to the infinite bliss on manifest. All aboard! Good job, Vinny. Good job, Narayan. Everyone else who might be coming on this morning, thank you. Showing up is not just 80% of success, it's 100%. Thank you for that, Narayan, on the love line. So here we go, verse 37. Are you ready? Chapter 10, page 806. Among the Vrishnis, I am Vasudeva, Krishna. I am Vasudeva, Krishna. Among the Pandavas, I am Dhananjaya, Arjuna. There's Krishna and Arjuna. Don't you love the fact that you can get in your soulmobile every day, travel in light, and just feel that consciousness of Krishna as the charioteer, and you, the Arjuna, with your hands on the reins of your mind, and just riveted with that the love and bliss and joy of having such a consciousness, such a causal consciousness, and the God consciousness of Krishna, who's just the God GPS, God's perfect system guiding you, and you're just totally in tune, totally in love. We call that the divine treasure coming right up. Arjuna knows how to find the divine treasure, God consciousness. From this state of God union, let me finish the verse. I'll start over. Among the Vrishnis, I am Vasudeva, Krishna. Among the Pandavas, I am Dhananjaya, Arjuna. Among the Muni saints, I am Vyasa, by the way, the writer of the Bhagavad Gita, and the Mahabharata, the biggest poem ever written in India. Among the sages, I am the Savat Ushanas. But really, we are soul woman, soul man. Can't forget that, my dears. We're transferring, replacing, doing everything we can to go from an ego consciousness in this life, from a me to the we are omnipresent, we are omnipotent, we are clairsentient, we are claircognizant, we are clairvoyant, we are, and on. We are soul. Yogananda comments. From his state of God union. That's why we want to be soul, to be in God union all day and every day for the rest of eternity, right? From the state of God union, Bhagavan Krishna could proclaim in an impersonal way, that spirit whom he realized as the whole of his being, as the whole of our being is soul. Don't worry about the physical anymore. Don't even put your mind on the physical anymore, or the outward bound train going nowhere very slowly, right? Just into valleys of depression. When Ulysses had to cross that island of Sirens, no one could pass the islands of Sirens. And this is Greek mythology. And what happened was that Yogananda says that the sirens are the sirens of our senses. The sirens are these screaming voices to just indulge in the duality dream delusion, with the five senses, and that's it, right? So he had an idea that when going across, he made beeswax for all of the sailors, and put them in their ears, and he said, "Tie me to the mast." Tie me to the mast so that I can't get distracted and I can't get pulled out. And that's how they made it through the island of the Sirens. All right. So that's why we want to be soul and not the mind, the ego, the sky, nor earth, the chitta or the feelings. We don't want to be any of it. Good riddance. No birth, no death. That's all a hassle, man. That's all. That is a problema, to be in the physical form and attached to the physical form and living for the physical form in this outer world, thinking that it's real, doing, whatever it is that you do when you are a pure what? You are the whole of being. You realize your soul is the whole of being and can realize that it's one with the infinite spirit. That's like Krishna. So he realized in an impersonal way that he was spirit. The whole of his being was spirit, was incarnated in the Vrishni dynasty as Krishna, and he had a body named Krishna. He came into a form. Imagine God in form. Well, start imagining yourself, okay? Known as Vasudeva. Known as Vasudeva. The Lord as creator, preserver, and destroyer. So there you go. All the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. You know, the three gunas, whatever way you want to look at that Holy Trinity, or creator, preserver, and destroyer. Similarly, among those in the wise Pandava dynasty, the Pandus, the Lord is immanent in the ideal disciple Arjuna. You who have your full self, soul controlled hands on the car of your life, right? On your mind, on your intellect, on everything. So that it can change from the physical way and the mental way of doing things. As a doer, you're thinking you're the doer, to the soul, which knows it's not the doer and is completely guided by the spirit. The spirit through the soul, now through the intellect and the consciousness, to keep us in the God consciousness. Goal, union with spirit. So, similarly, among those in the wise Pandava dynasty, the Lord is immanent in the ideal disciple Arjuna, called Dhananjaya, meaning winner of wealth. Kids, do you realize that one of our major issues is the lack consciousness, or they're not good enough, or I'll never have this and I never can be able to do that, attain that, or whatever. And I'm talking about the higher states of consciousness, right? I'm just a frumpy, still human, and we have that negative self-talk that we don't even know is going on. So you, as Arjuna, in control of the car of your life, you know, guided by Sri Krishna, Vasudeva, you as Dhananjaya now as a winner of wealth. You know, that's why Yogananda said, the riches of this earth and the wealth of the universe belongs to thee, belongs to me. My Father and I are one, right? God, I love that song. And how I start that song out is success and joy, my Father and I are one, is Om Namo, I bow. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Calling on Krishna. Om Namo, I bow to you, Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya. Success and joy, winner of wealth. Success and joy, success and joy, success and joy, my Father and I are one. The riches of this earth and the wealth of the universe. The riches of this earth and the wealth of the universe belongs to thee and belongs to me, belongs to thee and belongs to me, belongs to us and belongs to us. Our Father and us are one. Our Father and us are one. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. I bow to the Supreme. Bhagavate means supreme. Krishna, Christ consciousness, God, creator, destroyer, preserver, right? And the and the creator, everything we are. God is everything, everyone, everywhere. We are everything, everyone, everywhere. We are everything, everyone, everywhere. We are everything, everyone, everyone. Right. So relax, be still. God is us. So relax, be still. God is us. Winner of wealth. What is the winner of wealth? Yogananda goes on to say, as Dhananjaya or Arjuna, the ideal disciple, which we all are, is he or she who attains the divine treasure. The divine treasure, he or she who attains the divine treasure. Now, are you going to wait and wait for some so-called future thing, which really is the ever-present now, the eternal now loving? Are you going to wait to win the divine treasure, to own the divine treasure, to be the divine treasure? Or are you going to claim it now? Because it's already here and now. There's only the here and now. That's where we have the greatest impact. Is right here, right now. We're loving this. What is this? The Holy Infinite Spirit. Bliss. The Holy Infinite Spirit. This, THIS, the Holy Infinite Spirit. And I like to add bliss. Right now. So the winner of wealth, the Arjuna within us, the ideal disciple, already knows that we have attained that we are that 100%. He who attains the divine treasure by what? Conquering desires. We have no desires because we've just stripped ourselves. No birth, no death, no mind, nor intellect, nor ego, chitta, feelings, thoughts, whatever, all gone. When everything else is left alone, then we've become soul. What's left over is soul. The greatest divine treasure is knowing ourselves as soul. And it automatically helps us, leads us, guides us, empowers us, the soul power to conquer our desires. This is how we win the divine treasure, conquering our desires. So we just transmute all of them into one burning desire for right here, right now. I'm loving the Holy Infinite Spirit bliss right now, right here, right now. That's all I'm concerned about. And the next moment becomes the now, right? And the same idea, just loving the Spirit, just remembering who I am. I am soul, no birth, no death, no caste am I, father, mother have I none, right? I am he, mind nor intellect nor ego, chitta, feelings, sky nor earth nor metals am I am he, I am he. What freedom we can feel today. What union with our soul we can feel today. It's right here. It's right here. Can you all feel that? Can you get the vibes coming through? Coming through you, coming through me, coming through everything, even the rocks right now. It's all spirit. It's all spirit bliss. So we attain the divine treasure by conquering our desires, our appetites. Aren't you hungry just for the light? Aren't you hungry just for the peace? Aren't you really starving for bliss consciousness? Aren't you? Right? So that's how we conquer our appetites. We focus on that, and that automatically starves out all those lesser desires, or it transmutes them into the supreme desire for God alone. And we're conquering desires, appetites, pain, and pleasure, birth, and death. No more. No more for us. No birth, no death, no caste of us. No more. Mind, no. Intellect, no. Ego, no. Feelings, emotions, no more for us. Just pure soul. So if you need to put beeswax in your ears to get over to get this word that's been coined by a teacher, and it's called distractibility. Indistractability, indistractability, indistractable. We're indistractable. Can't be distracted. Or we're going to tie ourselves to the mast of the spine and do our kriyas so that we don't hear the sirens either. Okay? You get caught in the island of the sense sirens. So that's the divine treasure. Isn't that beautiful? Still, impersonally, Krishna as spirit declares himself in his ideal devotee Vyasa. One more thing about Krishna and Arjuna. And these are words from Yogananda. I made it into a song. This is how sweet that relationship is between ourselves, even our ego selves, even our in our bad moments self, with the soul, this beautiful real truth of us, the total beyond all three bodies. No bodies, not even a consciousness body. We're pure realization, we're samadhi. We're samadhi. We're the one in with the one. We're the one. Not a we anymore. We're just the one. All right. So it's this song. Krishna is often referred to as the searcher of hearts. Okay. So I made a little song. And these are words of Yogananda. The searcher of hearts. The searcher of hearts. The searcher of hearts wants only your sincere love. The searcher of hearts. The searcher of hearts. The searcher of hearts wants only your sincere love. He's like a little child, a little child. Someone may offer him his entire wealth, but he doesn't want it. Nope, he doesn't want it. So you could do all the do's, do things for the poor, do things. That's nothing not to knock it at all, right? But and then offer that to God. But he said, no, I don't want that. And then the song goes on, Yogananda's words go on. And another cries to him, oh Lord, I love you. I love you, I love you. And another cries to him, oh Lord, I love you. And into that devotee's heart, he comes running. And into that devotee's heart, he comes running. The searcher of hearts. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, right? And you as Dhananjaya, the winner of wealth, knowing you're the divine treasure right now. You are the divine treasure right now. Conqueror of your senses, conqueror of your desires, conqueror of your appetites, pain, and the pleasure of this duality dream delusion, and the birth and the death, comings and goings. No more, no more. I am He, I am He. We are He, we are He. Blessed Spirit, we are He. Isn't it rather important that we keep our consciousness not on the doing, because we're going to be, we can't do. Only source through us can do. So we're not going to keep our consciousness on the doing. We're going to consciousness on the whole of our being, the soul. That's the whole of this being, the soul. Soul light, travel light, my dears. So Yogananda goes on in his commentary. Still, impersonally, Krishna as spirit declares himself in his ideal devotee. So here's the ideal devotee. We mentioned that as Arjuna, but it's also Vyasa. Vyasa, the writer of the Bhagavad Gita, who received this revelation humbly and impersonally. Wow, Yogananda's mentioned impersonally. Even Krishna takes these things impersonally. And yet he's the most intimate. He's the most relishable, right? Yeah, because he is the essence of everything, everyone, everywhere. Who received this revelation humbly, Vyasa did, and impersonally, and then to be the writer of the Gita, right? And then recorded it in the form of the divine discourse. Vyasa is proclaimed foremost among the Munis. You've heard us talk about Munis before, right? and locked in ecstatic communion with God. Vyasa is proclaimed foremost among the Munis, saints and locked in ecstatic communion with God. Right? What a day. What a purpose for today, to be locked in ecstatic communion with God. Yogananda says in another place, locked in visions of love. God and the devotee enjoy unparted union. Locked in visions of love. God and the devotee enjoy unparted union. Isn't that what you really want? One of those big questions. Who am I? What do I want? You know, where am I going? Locked in the ecstatic communion with God, locked in visions of love, God and the devotee, in unparted union. Isn't that what you want? Unparted union? I think so. I think so. Vyasa is proclaimed foremost among the Munis, saints, and locked in ecstatic communion with God. When he is in the samadhi, actionless state, when he is in the samadhi, actionless state, but he became a master of still doing spiritual activities, knowing it wasn't him at all in the actionless state. That is the actionless state. You're still active spiritually. You're still helping. You're still, growing and evolving and all that. But you have never take your consciousness, you never take your eyes off the road. Because Krishna is your GPS and you're the driver, man. You're the sole driver. You're soul driven. Got it? In tune with cosmic consciousness, Vyasa perceived what Bhagavan Krishna revealed to Arjuna. And Sri Yukteswar only gave Yogananda certain intuitions about what this Bhagavad Gita was all about, key things. And he said to Yogananda, now tune in with Vyasa and Arjuna and Krishna and get the rest of it. So this Bhagavad Gita is the same kind of thing that, when this was revealed to Vyasa to write it, he impersonally and humbly said, okay, right? And in tune, and then he was in ecstatic communion with God in the actionless state, and Vyasa then perceived what Bhagavan Krishna revealed to Arjuna. So did Yogananda perceive what Krishna revealed to Arjuna and Vyasa in a divinely active state as during the writing of the Bhagavad Gita. In a divinely active state. He was referred to as a rishi, one who performs spiritual activities. This is beautiful. Spiritual activities with no loss of the supreme divine contact. With no loss. Divine activities with no loss of the supreme divine contact. So how can that relate to us right now? All right. Well, number one, as you go about your day, don't get hung up and think you are doing anything at all. Number one, right? Travel light. Let your soul really come forward, your higher self, however you want to call it, and just give you the guidance through the heart. If you can be loving, if you can be the Arjuna whose love for Krishna was unabatable, right? It was unconditional. That's all that matters is this love. And then have the ideas of this going on as your reality. This is how you activate these truths to come to be real for you. Is that then you in your intuitive imagination, if you want to, if you were, use your intuitive imagination and just visualize these ideas as the reality rather than what you're doing or what your emotions are saying to you or what your ego and intellect and mind are saying to you. You just take the idea, man. Take the idea of wisdom that is so impactful. Like right here, right now, I'm loving the eternal, the holy, infinite spirit. This, the holy, infinite spirit. The eternal now loving presence is loving me, engulfing me, as you, as everyone. We can be in ecstasy together, is what I'm saying. What did Narayan say? I want to know God, I must know myself. I want to see God, I must see myself. I want to love God, I must love myself. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Narayan. That's absolutely beautiful, Narayan Ji. All right. So I just picked up this little quote from the Gita. This little quote from the Gita. Okay, right? And but it really struck me. It's really struck me um, of how impactful is this day and how important. See, we need to make an impact today. And again, if we fall short of that, we're going to just spin on the wheel of karma, which is, I call this, karma, the rod of God. This is coming up, but maybe we're going to, kind of building a point here. Maybe we'll rename it. But how we hold impact and impact our awareness of truth, the awareness of what we're sharing this morning, the awareness of the ideas, the causal ideas, the causal consciousness, and to even say, one, I love you, stop, be still, and out of the silence will loom the divine presence. Or I tiptoe still. Out in nature, let's say you go for a walk. I tiptoe still, listening, watching. I poured my heart. I know you're here, Lord, omnipresent, hidden in everything. I know you're here. You know, I tiptoe still, listening, watching. I pour my heart. Listening, watching. I pour my heart. Just just sing those words or say those words. Listening, watching, I pour my heart to you, the invisible, the intangible. But I know you're here. I just don't see you yet. I don't really feel you yet, but I know you're here. And you build up a consciousness that you just know it. You just know it. You may not see it, you may not feel it. You still may be struggling with some emotions or thoughts or lesser desires. So what? We're building you know, come join Rumi, come join him in that field. Beyond right and wrong, beyond your human state. There's where that's where we can meet and greet in the field. In the land beyond our dreams, Yogananda calls it. All right, but here's what I want to mention to you. So when you can have impact with yourself today, in this moment, just one baby step and one moment, one breath at a time, this is where you're heading. A person who dies with sattva qualities, there's no more hot sattva quality than to keep your consciousness in communion with the divine. There's none more than to come back to that practice, wherever you're at. It's all relative. Just to come back. A person who dies with sattva, that's all the good, that's all the lofty, that's the living by wisdom, that's all what we are about, really. Not just on the stream, but that's really who we are all about. A person, you and me, who dies with that sattva qualities predominant, you know what happens? It's like planning a vacation, and you got a ship came in, you have money, and you can go anywhere you want, and it's just the dream vacation, right? Well, dream of your dream vacation. Where are you going next? Another way to impact yourself in the present moment is to realize that this is the last one. Bang. So you breathe in and you're ready to drop into the spirit, into the soul, right? Their soul, just soul light waiting for you. All the love of ages is waiting for you. So you practice that impact of this is it, my last moment. Goodbye to what I was going to do next. Goodbye to my plans for later. Goodbye for my plans for, a couple days down the road. Goodbye. I'm gone. That's impactful too. So where I'm heading is a person who dies with sattva qualities. That's goodness and purity and all these things. Predominantly rises to the taintless regions. The taintless regions. You know where you're going next? Where your next great vacay? To the taintless regions in which dwell knowers of the highest. which dwell other knowers of the highest. Good company, right? In this town that has no mind nor intellect, no body form, nothing, just stripped down to pure soul in union with spirit. That's not a bad thing to look forward to, I think. And how do you look forward to it? By being in this state of consciousness here and now, not a state of attachment to doing and thinking and planning and all this other stuff stripped down. You have no birth, you have no death, mind nor intellect nor ego or feelings. You have none of those things. Sky nor earth nor metals, nothing of this is you at all. It's not you. I am He. I am He. Blessed Spirit, I am He. When the Rajas prevails at the time of death, a person is reborn among those attached to activities. You know, when my father died, Trisha would have little kind of intuitions or little visits from him. He didn't come to me, but he came to her. And one time, the final time the last time that she had a visit from my father, he said, he swore, because he swore a lot. He said, GD, they're putting me to work. And then finally she said, tell Tommy to clean up his desk. Yeah, I should do that. So when Rajas prevails at the time of death, the person is reborn among those attached to activity. He who dies permeated with tamas, dark, enters the wombs, the environment, the family, the state of existence of the deeply deluded. All right, let me just read you another daily download of divinity that seems to apply to what we're talking about. I'll read the last line, though, of Yogananda's commentary to this verse 37, which among the Vrishnis I am Vasudeva Krishna, among the Pandavas I am Dhananjaya Arjuna, among the Munis, saints, I am Vyasa. We talked about those three. Among the sages, I am the Savant Ushanas. Now, who is the Savant Ushanas? These are Yogananda's last words of his commentary of this verse. God extols also the ancient, he's an ancient poet and sage, Usanas. Ancient poet and sage, Ushanas, who had great powers, including that of resurrecting the dead. So we have to honor Ushanas, that part of us that have great soul powers. Soul power, 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 soul power. I have soul power. How's that? Huh? Make it up. Make it up. So this is the daily download of divinity. No excuses for any of this that we've shared, that we ever share. That truth is, God is, soul is. I'm soul light. God, it feels good to be soul light, soul happy, soul at peace, soul bliss. I love it. Don't you love it? Don't you love those ideas? You gotta love the ideas first, kids. Start loving these causal ideas. You have the physical body, as I mentioned, then the body of energy of light, and this causal body is the body of bliss. So have a really strong idea of bliss, please, and hold that consciousness. Do you want bliss? First of all, do you want to focus on it? Focus on any of these truths, and all of a sudden, only you need one to really, really dive deep in and hold the consciousness steady Eddie. And all of a sudden, you'll crack the code. You'll be into all the soul qualities. Bang. Just master one, and then you're into the all. No excuses. No excuses. The next time you are planning a getaway or a time out from the machine of life, whether that be a walk on the beach or a full out vacation, really dig into the energies you are experiencing. What are those energies that want you to get away? You need a vacay, right? You just need a time out. You need a nap, right? What are those energies? You always got to be in tune with what are these energies? how is this physical form of me? Is it ruling me, or is it giving me signs for me to rule it? Help. Help. I'm helpless. I'm helpless. I'm clueless, right? Oh, what is that? Loser. The next time you are planning a getaway for a timeout from the machine of life, whether that be a walk on the beach or a full out vacation, really dig into the energies you are experiencing. At what level are you sensing a relief to let go? So it's a release to let go. Okay. So that's a little deeper dive. Whatever it is that wants you to just, God, I've had enough of all this, right? Instead of, going to the hardcore things and just and burying yourself in front of the TV for hours or whatever else could be what would fill the void, right? You ask yourself, what am I sensing? What is it? Could it be a relief to let go, along with an overwhelming urge to have quality time? Maybe you're not conscious of that, but I think it is kind of an overwhelming urge that you don't know what is underneath, is building up this need to just have a timeout from the machine of life to have quality time, and I say with yourself. Probably one of the greatest pains of life is separation. Separation. Yogananda says it's the greatest delusion that we feel separated from each other. We feel separated from ourselves. We feel separated from other people. We feel separated from God, right? That's the greatest pain. So we've got to really dig deep now and understand some of these feelings that come up, these subterranean fears and worries, and see what we can do by putting ourselves on a higher idea that just automatically lifts the corners of your mouth up, right? These higher truths. Don't they offer you a promise that you can kind of just sigh and say, oh, thank God that I'm striving to believe this. I'm striving to know that this is truth. I am striving to live so I can have a higher vibration to really know that this is true. So we want to dig as deep as we can. So it might just be that there's a sense of relief to let go. We're sensing a relief to let go, along with an overwhelming urge to have quality time with our true nature, or with the true love that we once felt, let's say, for others, right? In case in marriage and things like that, not to let it go dry, but to come back to that original spark, that divine love. Yogananda said, when you when you say I love you to someone, it must be for forever. So right there is something in vows that we can repeat. It's unconditional. It's unconditional. We have to burn the boats when we live a spiritual life. We don't have a back door to return to because we get frumpy human. All right. Let me go on to this. At what level are you sensing a relief to let go, along with the overwhelming urge to have quality time with yourself? This is your soul wanting you to get away every second from this duality existence and hang out instead on the shores of divine fulfillment. I mentioned this lack consciousness. It's really big. It's a big subterranean something that's still boiling in all of us, right? The lack consciousness. We've got to now look at the bright side of life, like I mentioned last week, and and the abundance, the riches of this earth, the wealth of the universe belongs to you, belongs to me, and go deep with that. Deep with that. I'm the winner of wealth. I have the divine treasure already within me. I don't have to go anywhere, see anybody, do. All I need is to fill my being with the higher wisdom, with the soul light, the wisdom light, and get drunk with that. Because it's wanting us to get away every second from this duality existence and hang out instead on the shores of divine fulfillment. So if you go from lack then to these ideas of I'm satisfied, I'm muy contento right now, whatever it is I'm going through, or radical acceptance of what it is, right? Before you go off into deeper faith and trust in the abundance that already is yours by divine inheritance and divine birthright, right? As a child of God, son of God, daughter of God. What? What a royal family we belong to. Let's keep going. So we want to feel satisfied, all right, to move out from this nemesis called lack consciousness into abundant consciousness and hang out on the shores of divine fulfillment for a while, totally satisfied. You don't have any excuses, just choices. You can be in an endless summer romance with the beloved if you want to. The next time you're at the movies, check out how motionless and fixated you are on watching the film. You might as well put a do not disturb sign on yourself. Your soul want so what is your soul? Why does the soul why did you go to the TV watch? Why do we do all these things that are distracting us when we are indistractable, right? It's a soul. As we travel light and we are soul light and everything, this you got to know that underneath everything is one urge. That's the urge of your soul. It's the urge of your soul to come forward and have a complete makeover of you. All right, so that you are who you really are, true to yourself, capital S, the self that is the self of all and everything. All right, your soul wants you to be the same. Okay, so you watch the movies, you put a do not disturb sign on yourself. Now your soul is saying in this thing of taking this distraction of whatever it is, not to make it wrong, right? And it's saying instead, it wants you to be the same way when meditating on the invisible consciousness of pure spirit. Can you be as fixated in your meditation as you are when you watch a movie? Huh? Right? And yeah. So and you have the Super Bowl coming up this week, and there's going to be one town that's really happy, and then the other town, and all the other towns of the different teams in both leagues division, AFC, NFC, and all that kind of stuff are miserable, and they're wondering how broken their team is and what they need to do so that they can have the experience of winning a Super Bowl, which is very fleeting, by the way. Not to mention that the bus that take them out of the arena there or whatever, it has an accident, right? So short-lived is this physical reality, my dear. So short-lived, but the eternity, that just doesn't that turn the corners of your mouth up a little bit? The eternal loving consciousness, the eternal God consciousness that we are. So your soul wants you to be the same when you meditate on the invisible conscious pure spirit as you are watching a movie. You have no excuses, just choices. You can sit still if you want to. The next time your favorite team is about to win a Super Bowl, oh, okay, and the unexpected happens and they lose, notice your interior reaction. At what level have you totally invested your mind, energies, and emotions on a desired outcome? Okay, any desired outcome, right? And you've invested your mind, energies, and emotions on that. Don't take it personally, I go on to say. Competition has sold its soul to the law of duality. Competition plays right into its hands. One side wins, the other loses. If it's a league with many teams, everyone loses and only one team ends up on top and only for a short time. Go soul. Be soul. Your soul wants you to make the same investment of time, mind, energies, and emotions for transcendent, lasting peace and for playing full out for God realization. You have no excuses, just choices. You can play full out if you want to. Whatever you love to do, good, bad, or ugly, you are going to do it, hell or high water, even if it's just sitting around doing nothing. So don't complain of life, that life is dealing you a bum hand. You are all powerful in what you decide to do. Your soul wants you to be all powerful and being loving and happy. You don't have any excuses, just choices. You can be loving and happy if you want to. The next time you are indulging in your favorite sense addiction, notice how fixated you are in the sensory experience. You have indomitable willpower in not allowing anything to come between you and your habit, you know. Your soul would love it if you use your indomitable willpower to become an addict for God's sweet presence. You don't have any excuses, you just choices. You can seek God if you want to. We're getting to the end of this, kids. The next time your heart is touched, moved, and inspired and extends itself unselfishly to bring love and light on a situation, notice your intrinsic enjoyment factor. Notice that. The next time your heart is touched, moved, and inspired and extends itself unselfishly to bring love and light on a situation, at what level are you moved, touched, and inspired? Does it trigger? What is that? What is the soul saying to us then? Does it trigger a sense of well being that no human experience can come close to matching? Your soul wants this for you all the time. You don't have any excuses, just choices. You can be moved, touched, and inspired all the time if you want to. No excuses. So you have then someone like Rumi who says this: do not feel lonely. The entire universe is inside you. Stop acting so small. No excuses. You are the universe in a static motion. So let's just say that we're going to take one thing from the stream this morning. All right? Make this an I am statement. I am the universe in a static motion. I am the universe in a static motion. I am the universe in a static motion. Okay? How's that idea? Will that one put a little smile on your face, your inner smile kind of thing? Huh? If it doesn't come on the face, it comes inside the heart. Little smile, little smile. And all your cells, from being frumpy and not being guided by GPS, God's perfect system, or your higher self, or these supreme bliss ideas of your bliss body, the causal body, right? Highest thing that we can do, the greatest impact we can have, is to just die into the loving presence. At any given inhale breath, in the exhale, we die, right? So that we're impacting our not only ourselves in the highest way, but our world. Because I said earlier, we are needing really seriously to go from me to we, each of us individually. We need to be a we now. Your 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 thoughts are creating, right? So your higher wisdom is changing the world and helping everybody have a higher state of consciousness, right? So you have to impact yourself and find ways to totally impact in a moment, moments of impact, moments of impact. We need to strive now for moments of impact because it impacts everything, everyone. A great scientist said spirituality is nothing more than physics that we have yet to find the equation for. Isn't that good? A great scientist said spirituality is nothing more than physics that we have yet to find the equation for. So you may not have the answers, you may not have a clue, but it's science. It's the divine science that if you hold these lofty goals, if you be more of your causal body than even your traveling light, your soul and light and energy body. Of course, that's nothing wrong with working on that. Any body above the physical body is good to be around, man. Good company, right? That it's just it doesn't have it hasn't doesn't have an equation yet for you. Don't quite get it yet, right? You don't have the equation figured out. That But trust and faith will give you that equation. Trust and faith is the equation, right? And the practice, and the practice, and the indomitable will, right? And the urge of your soul, the urge and the urgency of your soul, helping you to understand how urgent it is to be soul and to be conscious of soul and to live soul, right? What is that song? Born free. And then I think the next free is one of the verses is stay free and then live free. Born free, as free as the wind blows, right? As free as the grass grows. Born free to follow your heart. So follow the truth, to follow the truth. Stay free and live free. And this is, Napoleon Hill was a pretty high-minded soul. And he said this: a genius is someone who has discovered how to increase the intensity of thought. That's what I mean by this, the holy infinite spirit bliss, that right here, right now, I'm aware of the highest truth I can hold my consciousness on, right? So as you could be called genius, is someone who has discovered how to increase the intensity of thought to the causal level. He didn't say that, but I do. To a point where you can freely communicate with sources of knowledge not available to the ordinary rate or vibration of thought. You start talking to the devas, right? You start feeling Divine Mother's little helpers with you when you're putting on your warm socks for the winter, right? Tying your shoes, whatever. You start feeling Divine Mother's pronoia, that she is invisibly, the one who takes care of every detail of this physical delusion. Your soul is the power. It's the power. It's the power of spirit. But Divine Mother, she operates you, right? She operates you. Thank God for the Mother. And then finally, these thoughts. Empty yourself of everything. I started the program this morning. See, we're going to end with just these thoughts today because we finished that verse 37. I think that's cool. It had nothing to do with the rod and the karma. So I'll change the title when I make this a YouTube of this. We'll make it, deep impact or something, impact moments of God, impact moments of God with God or whatever. And we'll do the rod next week. So let's just end with some of these thoughts. Oh, this is good. This is good here. Well, this is Jesus calling, okay? Come to me and rest in my loving presence. You know that this day will bring difficulties, and you are trying to think your way through those trials. As you anticipate what is ahead of you, you forget that I am with you now. See, this thing about there's always something later that I'm looking after it. I'll feel better, or I'll numb myself later, and I have my little ways to escape later. But go deeper. Your soul wants to escape. So use the avenues, use your practices as the new escape for you. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Use your heart, use your vital energies. Conserve, be healthy, be strong. You know that this day will bring difficulties. You're trying to think your way through those trials. As you anticipate what is ahead of you, you forget that I am with you now and always. Rehearsing your troubles results in experiencing them many times, whereas you are meant to go through them only when they actually occur. All right? Only when they actually occur. Do not multiply your suffering in this way. Instead, come to me and relax in my peace, soul peace. This is what Krishna, as the charioteer, says. Good job driving, Arjuna, winner of wealth, obtainer of divine treasure, right? But know this: I'm the one that's making this all possible. I own this thing. I own this card of life, your car of life, and I am the full consciousness and the full energy and the light and everything that you exist in. All right. Come to me and relax in my peace. I will strengthen you. I will strengthen you and prepare you for this day. Divine Mother, her loving caresses, preparing us for this day. I got it, she says. I got it. Every detail today. I planned for you. That's why we can say, thank you, Divine Mother. I trust you. I love you. Thank you, Divine Mother. I trust you. I love whatever happens today. Whatever happens today. Everything that happens today. I thank you, Divine Mother. I trust you. I love you because you're taking care of every detail of my life. Lock that in. Lock that in. That's soul. That's soul. That's a soul idea, my friends. I will strengthen you and prepare you for this day, transforming your fear into confident trust. And this is from the Bible. Transforming your fear into confident trust. Soul light. We walked soul light. We traveled light today. We travel with all of 27,000 trillion cells in our body, smiling and laughing and dancing and celebrating. No one will be able to stand up against you all the days of your life, this says in Joshua in the Bible. No one will be able to stand up against you all the days of your life. I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Whoa. 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 I'm just going to read that once more. No one will be able to stand up against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Eternal, now loving presence. And you are soul, 100% soul. You can't get away from that. You can't separate from that. But to think you are, oh, the greatest pain we can ever suffer on this planet is just being distracted from our true self, our soul. God bless each of you. And so it is. Clark, hey, you ended that perfectly for me. I appreciate that. And may you have a glorious day. I know each of you will, and shine your light and stay high and stay in a static. You are the universe in a static, or we are the universe in a static motion. We are the universe in a static motion. That's our mantra, our group mantra. I do want to try to organize some, maybe a once a month where we soul rebels come together on a Zoom. No sweat there, right? I want to do that, and I have a training coming up. I'm doing a course with Mind Valley just to get an international coaching federation certified coach, life coach kind of thing. So I might have to switch around our Gita days, but I'll keep you posted, okay? And I love you too, Regina. And I love you all. Thank you so much for impacting yourselves, impacting your families, impacting your people at work, impacting our world, everybody, and impacting everything in the entire God consciousness until the impact itself is our oneness all together in the bliss everlasting. Rub your hands. Let's chant an Om to activate whatever we are capable of receiving from our soul right now. Inhale the breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Amen. We are the universe in ecstatic motion. And so it is. Namaste.